Do you suspect or even know that you have parasites living in your body and you want to know what to do about it? Watch this video for my best home parasite treatment tips. I'm Amanda Malachewski, certified functional nutrition and lifestyle practitioner and digestive and allergy detective. I help you figure out why your digestion is misbehaving and what you can do about it, even when you've been told you just have to live with it. I'm here to share my hard-won, no BS, creative, all-natural approaches to healing your gut struggles. So if you're ready to get down to work and get beyond your symptoms, be sure to subscribe to my channel to get notified of my new video every Monday. If you've received test results that show that you have either unicellular parasites or worms, you probably want to know what to do about it. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. A lot of the herbal or other protocols that are promoted on the internet to get rid of parasites, or even in nutrition programs and whatnot, are not enough. They're nowhere near enough. And I want to make sure that people understand what you really need to do if you have these unwelcome stowaways and you want to get rid of them. So in today's video, I'm going to share the techniques that I use to make huge progress with my unwelcome critters. And I know that you can too, so let's dive in. So about a year and a half ago, I was watching a presentation by Dr. Dietrich Klinghardt. He's a very well-renowned functional medicine doctor of the Sophia Institute, which is located in Northern California. And he was saying that a lot of people with persistent ongoing symptoms that don't resolve actually have parasites. And that most of the protocols that have already been developed and that people typically throw at parasites, like the black walnut hull, the berberine, and some of these other kind of commonly prescribed herbs to get rid of parasites, really don't work. He claims that those parasites have adapted to those treatments and they don't work anymore. And what he was suggesting using to clear worms were these Enema protocols by a Russian scientist named Gubarev. So I definitely had ongoing persistent symptoms that were not resolving with the standard protocols. And so I started asking myself the question, well, is this an issue for me? And I figured, well, the only way to find out is to give it a try and see what happens. And so after I learned about the Gubarev protocols, I looked into them and decided that I was going to give this a try. And so I began this very strange and interesting journey to experiment on my body and see what I could learn. So the first thing I always do when I am working on my body is I focus my attention on just supporting my basic digestive function. I talk about this in many of my videos, and I'm going to talk about it again because it's really important to support the basic digestive function to prevent or make the space inhospitable for parasites. So this is especially important with the tip about stomach acid. One of stomach acid's many roles is to kill incoming bacteria and parasites and other unwelcome invaders. And if our stomach acid is insufficient, we can just keep acquiring new digestive infections. So make sure that you're supporting your stomach acid. And if you want to hear all 9 of the digestive tips, you can check out my earlier video, 9 digestive tips for IBS and SIBO. So I also did add in some of the herbal products that are ideal for clearing parasites. So in my case, I used a product called Biocidin from a company called BioBotanical Research. They're a fantastic company, and their products are really specifically designed to support people with parasite problems and Lyme disease. You can go check them out at their website. And I also gave a try to a product that Dr. Klinghardt was recommending called Mimosa pudica, which is supposed to really help sweep worms and other parasites out of the intestine. Unfortunately, this product didn't work for me. And this is the thing, like with these herbal and even prescription products, you have to give them a try and see how your body tolerates them. But if your body really doesn't tolerate them, then you can't use them. You don't want to keep adding inflammation to the fire. Botanical compounds can be helpful to just, provide an environment where your gut's just not welcome for parasites and other critters. But the major thing that I experimented with were these medicinal enemas that are recommended by this guy Gubarev. And I'll leave a link to his protocols down in the comments below. So I know for a lot of people, enemas are kind of like this weird thing and people aren't super comfortable with them. But I have to tell you that I got real comfortable with them. I definitely, when I first was needing to try them, I felt just so uncomfortable and squeamish about it. But In the end, I ended up finding that it was really easy, really convenient, and actually felt really good, and it was helping me feel better. So I was motivated to keep going. And I know that you can do this too. So I've left a link down below. There's a video from another YouTuber about how to do an enema. It's just a basic tutorial. I used some of the medicinal enemas that Gubarev recommended, which included things like making a broth with eucalyptus herb and also including eucalyptus essential oil. Sounds like it would be really intense, but it actually I found was the most effective for me. I also used baking soda. I used food grade hydrogen peroxide, properly diluted, of course. So you have to look that up on the internet to find out how to do that. And I also used a tea that I made from an herb called Quassia or Quassia. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And it's an anti-parasitic herb, and that was also really productive and really helpful. Over a period of about 9 months, I was very regularly using these medicinal enemas. So I'm curious, have you used enemas in your process of healing? Let me know in the comments below if you've tried this. So I started using these enemas in late 2017, and I wasn't sure what I was going to find, but holy cow, guess what? I started seeing worms. Almost every time that I used one and did the follow-up cleansing enema, I saw worms, and I was just kind of blown away by what I was seeing. I couldn't believe it. And I did a little bit of research into their life cycles, and I learned, of course, that they can lay a tremendous amount of eggs. But not only that, only part of their life cycle is in the gut, and that they circulate through the bloodstream and through the lungs and other parts of the body to move around in their different life cycles. And so this is why the kind of standard, like, oh, here, take a 2-week parasite cleanse process doesn't really work. Dr. Klinghardt says that you need 9 to 12 or even more months to really fully clear this backlog of parasites and their various life cycles. So for about 9 months, I did regular ongoing medicinal enemas and continued to see worms. Because they tend to hatch near the full moon or the new moon, you want to focus your attention at those times, especially if you're limited in your ability to focus on this. And I will say that those are the times when I would see little tiny clear hatchlings, like brand new little creatures. So one of the single biggest actions you can take is to figure out which of the medicinal enemas seem to really help you and to make a regular practice of incorporating them into your self-care practice. So now I've shared about my own parasite journey, but what if you suspect you have parasites? What do you do next? So I have 3 separate ways I can help you. I've written a guide that explains the big picture approach to managing your complex symptoms towards resolution. It includes management of parasites and other critter infections. And it's called the Roadmap to Recovery. You can grab your copy free in the links down below. And if you've already invested a lot of effort into healing, but you're not seeing the results you hoped for, and you need help from someone to investigate and troubleshoot your digestive symptoms, I'd like to invite you to meet with me over the phone to help you determine how I can help you sort out your most supportive diet and your underlying causes. You can schedule that free assessment session with me by visiting my website at confluencenutrition.com/contact and using my online appointment scheduler to talk further. I'd be happy to speak with you. I also have a private Facebook group called Hope for Healing Chronic Illness, where you can ask questions of me and our community, so come check us out. And if you like this video, please let me know by liking it below, subscribe and share it with your fellow digestively challenged friends or families, and comment below with helpful if this video helped you. See you next time.